just put a 1 into the chat. You know what I mean? If I hear me clear, just put a 1 into the chat so that way I know how my sound is coming through. I'm only hearing the feedback when y'all unmute yourselves in favor. Just put a 1 into the chat. That's what I'm hearing. If I hear me clear, just put a 1 into the chat. I'm only hearing the feedback. 1's in the chat. So unmute yourselves. Still might be not as bad as it was. It sounds like y'all not coming through the microphone. Yeah, it sounds like y'all are coming through whatever the mic is on the camera or what have you. It sounds like y'all not coming through. Let me ask you. It sounds like y'all whenever y'all get ready with that, I'm still hearing a little bit of feedback. So I'm muted y'all, but whenever y'all get ready, just let me know. So you probably just your audio settings or you gotta fix. Not if you could. So what I was saying was, this is being the Monday Night Speaker Breakdown class. This is the class where you ask all your questions, all your inquiries and everything, your answers. So, of course, if you're in any of the rooms, in the different zones, if you got a question, you can just raise your hand in the room, and whoever's on the mic, or you can just hand the person the mic, and then just say Salakia, and then I can go use that, and you can ask a question. If you're in the room here in Durham, of course, you just raise your hand. I'll see you. And if you are tuning in online, you just ask your question in the chat. Type your question into the chat.
It is an old broadcast.
That's what we'll do. If I can answer it, that's what I will do.
That's my fault. I thought I should have let y'all know. Let's do it this way. The schools are closed for the week.
Right. So that's how we're going to do that. All right. So, is there any questions in the room? Please, Bob. I'm trying if I could. I just want to say shalom to Akim.
That's my fault. I should let you know ahead of time.
11 to 13. I kind of know what you're saying, but I just want to make sure that I'm correct.
I'm over here. I'm trying to get this audio to work because I don't have, the mixer and everything with me. So I'm trying to get this audio to work right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we just gonna run it like that. I spoke to Cap a couple hours ago.
So Matthew 22.
I let Officer Zion know and everything.
Go ahead, bro. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22 and verse 11. And when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment. Verse 12. And he saith unto him, Friend, how comest thou in hither not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless. Verse 13. Then said the king to the servant, bind him hand and foot and take him away and cast him in outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. For many are called and few are chosen.
Okay, so what's your question based on this?
The basic question is, this is like about being unprepared when Christ returned. Is that what this is about? That's basically my question.
Okay, so you want to know if this is a precept for being prepared when Christ returns.
Khan,
let's jump to verse 1 real quick and get a little bit of background. Because I believe that's exactly what it's talking about as well. I would liken this to the story of the the women going to meet the bridegroom, and their lamps, who had oil in their lamps or who didn't have oil. This story is similar to that. I believe. So again,
that's what I was thinking. I just want to make sure. Okay, so verse 1.
And Yahushua answered and spake unto them again by parable.
By what?
By parable.
So we know it's a parable. Go ahead.
Okay. The kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king, which made a marriage for his son.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3. And sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding. And they would not come. Verse 4. And he went and he sent forth other servants, saying, tell them which are bidden, behold, I have prepared my dinner. My oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready. Come to the marriage.
Right. We read on verse 5.
Verse 5. But they made light of it.
But they did what?
They made, but they made light of it.
What does it mean to make light of it?
Like they didn't have no value in it.
They didn't take it serious at all. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our people do that right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So again, like you said, this definitely is a parable talking about being prepared when Christ returns. How many of our people talk about God and God, love God, go to church, all of this, but they actually make light of Christ's return? What's the other scripture say? You know what I'm saying? I'm paraphrasing where it says, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Woe to them, you know what I'm saying, that desire the day of the Lord. For what end is it to you? You know what I mean? You were talking about the day of the Lord when Christ returned, God come back. When Christ returned, guess what? You're going to have a fat piece of fat back hanging out of your lips. So what the hell are you wanting Christ to return for? You want Christ to return, but you sitting up there eating a crab boil, which is the most disgusting thing I ever heard of in my life. I don't know about y'all. Maybe I'm old fashioned, but when I was coming up, I ain't never heard of nobody eating a crab boil. I know people like crab and stuff, but now they got you go on YouTube and social media. It's just some big black woman eating a big tray of crabs and lobster tails and corn and boiled eggs, like all in one tray. Like, I don't know. That wasn't a thing when I was coming up. Go ahead.
Like, if I may, you know, like I saw that become popular like in the 80s. You know?
Really?
Yeah, like I don't know why though.
Right.
But I know I started like when you go to the park, used to see people in the park, you know, chowing down. Used to be chips and stuff, but now they had crab legs and, you know, I didn't know what it was about, but I ate some too, sir. So
no, you didn't eat that.
Other person that I was.
Not Giannis didn't eat none of that.
God.
You know what I'm saying? Some other cat, you know, some wicked Negro in the world ate that. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that's what it is. It's like they made light of it. You know what I'm saying? So read on from made light of it.
And went their ways.
And went their what?
Went their ways.
They made light of it and went their ways, man. They're supposed to be good at this wedding. You know what I'm saying? Think of the wedding as, you know what I'm saying, as joining, you know what I'm saying, joining unto the Most High. You know what I'm saying? In a metaphoric term. We're supposed to be at this wedding. We're supposed to be prepared for this wedding. But no, many of us do what? We make light of it and we go our ways. Go ahead.
And one of them to his farm.
One goes back to his farm. He go back to doing the work on his farm. Go ahead.
And another to his merchandise. Verse 6. And the remnant took his servants and entreated them spitefully and slew them. Verse 7. But when the king heard thereof, he was wroth. And he sent forth his armies and destroyed those murderers.
Right.
And burned up their city.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Then saith he to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy.
You can drop it right there. I mean, does that answer your question though? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. This is another parable about being prepared. You know what I'm saying? About, you know what I mean, the Lord is preparing something for us. You know what I'm saying? He already got a mission in mind, and whether or not you're going to, you know what I'm saying, take heed to it, or you're going to make light of it and go your ways and go back to your farm and go back to your merchandise. In the Isupk, we don't go back to our farms and our merchandise. You understand? Do we slave and make money so we can feed our families? Absolutely. But where the brothers going to be at on Saturday? On camp. Some zones where they're going to be at on Friday at camp. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that lecture, brothers going to be there. Who needs Shamar? Somebody going to be on Shamar, and so on and so forth. That's always going to be the case. Slocky, somebody has something in one of the zones. I can't really see out too well from the
Sir.
Go ahead.
That's heavy too, because in verse 12,
even like what you just broke down, the king called him friend. He said, verse 12, he said, friend, how camest thou in hither not having a wedding garment? And the joker was speechless. It's kind of like, I don't know, like, get the hell out of here, catch me in the darkness. Like, what kind of
right?
You're not prepared, like you don't know what's going on. It's almost like you speak some things I never say.
Right, come.
I would work with the Lord. That's what kind of joker that was.
Come, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's again, so as brothers and sisters in this truth, you know what I'm saying? It's all about being prepared. You know what I mean? Because Christ can, what is it? Give me a precept to talk about when Christ come back, what it's going to be like. What's it going to be like when Christ come back? It's going to be a gnashing of teeth, right? But like, describe Christ coming back. Is Christ going to yell from the heavens? I'll be down there in a couple weeks.
Right.
I'll be there next month. So make sure y'all get together. What you got, yours on?
A thief in the night.
He gonna come through like a thief in the night. You know what I'm saying? I hope, you know what I mean, Lord forbid anybody ever had to deal with a thief, you know what I'm saying, a home invasion, you know what I mean, or something like that. But it's something you don't expect. You chilling 1 minute, and next thing you know, some cat, you know what I'm saying, is rummaging through your belongings in the night. And when Christ comes back, it's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like you sleep, and all of a sudden your rib wake you up like, I hear something. And that's how it's gonna be. Salaki, somebody has something?
It comes Salaki, if I may. Please. They won't expect it. They won't expect it like Chris Rock. They didn't expect it in the face.
Right. Hey, Salaki, I'm getting a lot of feedback. I think it might still be coming from Fayetteville because of y'all microphone. It doesn't seem like it's going directly to y'all microphone. So if you could, Baba Kushah, just mute yourself for now. I want to see if that's what it is. Kiara, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, Salaki, you can hear me?
Can I hear you just fine? Yeah, Salaki. So favor that was y'all. It's like I said, it just seemed like maybe y'all audio settings. You might have to just switch to whatever microphone is supposed to be connected to your laptop. So we shouldn't be able to hear the feedback from the room, like the speaker and all of that. That's what what causes that. So y'all got to get it to where the audio is just coming from the microphone. You know what I'm saying? But Salaki Kelly, my bad, bro. Go ahead.
Salaki, if I may say this, that
please.
The world ain't gonna expect Christ coming back, just like Chris Rock didn't expect that smack.
Good night.
I'm just saying.
Damn right. That's an excellent point, Kiara Ward, because Chris Rock, I mean, brother, his demeanor looked like there's no way that this nigga's about to, like this. That's what it looked like. It looked like it was no way this is about to happen. I mean, a brother get up in the middle of a damn Oscars and just, it's like, right, and it's like you don't know. There's no way you can know in that setting what he's about to do, because you're thinking to yourself, like, well, maybe it's a show. It's entertainment. We're on TV. Who knows what he's gonna do? Maybe he's gonna come up here and do something silly. Yeah, tell a joke. Maybe he's gonna stand next to me and roast me, and this will go viral, and everybody will be like, "Oh, you see Will Smith roasting Chris Rock? Well, he did a little more than roasting him. You know what I mean? He hit him, you know what I mean, with the 5 fingers of death. But as Kiara Ward said, that's how Christ coming back. You think it's all good? You just standing up there telling jokes. Next thing you know, yeah, like, you know what I mean? That's what it's like. That's exactly what it's like a thief in the night. Ooh, wee. And the other scripture says what? The day of the Lord is darkness, man. It's not light. It ain't happy. How many representations of heaven have we seen with 800 white baby naked angels blowing trumpets and floating around like this? And that's what they say heaven is. And then while they're doing that, I always say there's like a tree stump with white Jesus sitting on it, and all the little babies surrounding him, and he's telling stories of how good life is. That's not the day of the Lord. The day of the Lord is not that. The day of the Lord is dark. Get that for me if you could, Baba Kushah, on his arm real quick. The day of the Lord is very, very terrible, as it should be, because the scriptures tell you that the Lord is what? As a terrible power. You know what I'm saying? There's another scripture that it's in the Apocrypha. I can't recall at the top of my head, so I'm paraphrasing. But it says something to the effect of the Lord is very terrible. You know what I mean? That was his reputation. That's his name. The word name in Hebrew is shum. And name doesn't just mean your actual name, like you write your name. It also means your reputation. You understand? That's why it says the name of the Lord. The name of the Lord is, you know what I'm saying, is terrible. Go ahead, Yanazar.
If I may, sir.
Please.
The first one that came up was 2 Peter 3:10.
Let's see what that's about.
It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
There we go.
In which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
The elements shall what?
Melt with fervent heat.
The elements shall melt with fervent heat. What's that talking about?
That's thermonuclear.
That's talking about straight up thermonuclear destruction. The elements shall melt with fervent heat. When something is fervent, when you have fervor, that means it's never ceasing. You know what I'm saying? It's focused, and that's it's doing its job. Fervent heat. You understand? The day of the Lord, you think about some of the most horrible days in the history of modern man. You think about Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You think about, I mean, they talking about that damn Chernobyl explosion. It's been back in the news because the Russians keep messing with the damn facilities, and I don't know why. I hear it's because it has like a strategic location, but I mean, the hell with a strategic location. You know what I'm saying? They still got like radioactivity just burning throughout the facility. But hey, you know, they got to do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Rootin', tootin', Putin, get down. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to deter you at all. Right? But it says that the elements shall burn with fervent heat. Now, you tell me that this Bible is not a real book. You tell me that this Bible is not a real, historical, factual book that also gives prophecies for things to come. Do you understand that the first discovery of, not like of the atom bomb, the discovery of what is called radiation, or like basically being able to write it down and understand, okay, there's a thing called radiation and this is what it does. Radiation wasn't discovered until the late 1800s by a German woman, Marie Curie. I'm pronouncing the last, I think it's Curie or Curie. Curie, I think is how it's pronounced. She was the first person to, with her husband, to discover that there is a thing called radiation. And she, the person who discovered radiation, didn't understand it so bad that by the time she died in her like 50s, her body was so radioactive that it had to be buried in a box made of lead, I think, or graphite. They had to bury her a certain way because her actual body was radioactive from all the research she did, but she didn't know. She used to walk around with vials of radioactive material in her pockets. Salaki, bear with me just a second. Khan, you understand? That's when they first discovered radiation in the late 1800s. Or okay, not that radiation was invented, but that's when people first scientists were first able to, to measure it, to articulate this thing and say, okay, that's what this is. In the late 1800s, this verse that we're reading right now was written over 3,000 years ago, and it said that the elements would melt with fervent heat. That is literally thermonuclear destruction 3,000 years before anybody knew what radiation was. The atomic bomb wouldn't be invented until the Manhattan Project started in the 30s. But yet this Bible is saying the elements will melt with fervent heat. That's literally what radiation is. Radiation is heat that is so strong that it melts things at the molecular level. Go ahead, Yanazor.
And when they tested the nuclear weapon out in New Mexico, or wherever the hell it was, I think it was Las Cruces, New Mexico, it melted the sand and turned the sand like into glass. You know, that's one of the things. That was one of the byproducts of it. You know, and that's the elements. Melting. That's
the elements. That's what I'm saying. It's not just melting. It's melting things deeper. You know what I'm saying? Than the surface level. And that's what the Bible says. Right? So when the Isupk had been saying since 1969 the world was going to be destroyed, you know what I'm saying, that the oppressor was going to die in thermonuclear destruction. We weren't just talking. That's the scriptures for you. You understand? Any more on that, Yanazor? Please, Baba Kishar.
Earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up.
So it's all gonna be burnt up. That doesn't mean the entire planet is